The maternity ward of Saint Gabriel Hospital stood at the edge of Kavora Town, its pale yellow walls, washed daily by dust and sun. It was not a rich hospital, but it was known for clean rooms, quiet nurses, and a reputation for safe deliveries. On a quiet Wednesday morning, Mira Lawson was wheeled into the delivery room. She had waited 8 years for this child. Her husband, Daniel Lawson, walked behind the stretcher, clutching her bag, whispering prayers he had not spoken in years. The pregnancy had been difficult. There had been 2 miscarriages before this one, and Mira had lived every month in fear that her body would fail her again. The labor lasted nearly 12 hours. When the baby's cry finally filled the room, Mira cried harder than the child. A nurse stepped forward. Nurse Helen. She was tall, soft-spoken, and always calm. She wrapped the baby quickly, smiled politely, and carried the newborn baby away for cleaning and measurements. Mira did not think much of it. She did not know that at the same time, in the room beside hers, another woman was giving birth. Her name was Rita Moore. Rita was young, alone, and frightened. The father of her child had disappeared months earlier. She had no stable job, no family support, and no home to return to after delivery. Her pregnancy had been hidden under large dresses and quiet tears. Her baby was born minutes after Myra's own. 2 babies. 2 delivery rooms and 1 nurse. Nurse Helen stood between 2 truths. She had a daughter of her own, a sick child who needed expensive medication every month. Her salary was not enough. Her debts were deep. And she had made a decision she would regret for the rest of her life. Helen believed Myra's baby boy child would grow in safety, in comfort, in opportunity. Rita's baby girl child would grow in uncertainty, in hunger, in silence. So she switched them. Not with cruelty. Not with celebration. But with shaking hands. The babies were exchanged before the mothers could see their faces clearly. Tags were quietly adjusted. Records were carefully written. And by the time the sun climbed fully into the sky, the lie had already become official. Mira was handed a baby girl, Rita's child. She named her Leo. She held Leo close, memorizing her scent, her soft cries, her tiny fingers. She did not know she was holding a stranger's blood. Rita was handed Myra's baby boy. She named him Evan. She kissed his forehead with trembling gratitude, believing fate had been kind to her at last. Years passed. Leo grew in a beautiful home filled with books, music, and quiet laughter. She went to good schools. She learned piano. She had her own bedroom painted in soft blue. Evan grew in a crowded compound, where food was counted, school was uncertain, and childhood ended early. He learned to carry water, to bargain in markets, and to be silent about his hunger. Yet something was wrong. Leo did not look like Mira. Her skin tone, her eyes, her hair, none of it matched. Mira dismissed it at first. Genetics could be strange. But as Leo grew older, the questions became louder. Evan, on the other hand, looked nothing like Rita. Strangers often commented on it. He was darker and taller. His eyes sharper. People joked that Rita must have married a northerner in secret. Helen watched all of this from a distance. Every year. Every birthday. Every school photo. The lie grew heavier. 16 years later, Leo fell ill. A blood test was needed. The results shattered everything. Mira and Daniel were not Leah's biological parents. Confusion became investigation. Investigation became discovery. Records were pulled. Old staff were questioned. And finally, Helen was called in. She confessed. Not proudly. Not loudly. But completely. The truth traveled like wildfire through Kavora Town. Rita was found. Evan was found. Two families stood facing a past that could not be undone. Mira wept for the son she never knew she had. Rita trembled at the daughter she never knew she lost. Leo felt like her life had become a borrowed story. Evan felt like his childhood had been stolen by a lie. No punishment could return the years. No apology could rebuild the missing childhood, and Nurse Helen, who had acted from desperation and love for her own child, was left with nothing but silence, guilt, and a broken reputation. Some mistakes are accidents. Some are choices. And some choices become wounds that generations must learn to live with.